events, project management, preparing your leader, and filling gaps across the business. What does the chief of staff own? What does the chief of staff actually do every single day? Let's dive into it. My name is Maggie, and I run a company that trains chiefs of staff, and I was a chief of staff previously at a Fortune 40 company. Almost all chiefs of staff are going to own the rhythm of business. And what that means is, when are the sessions? What are they? What's the purpose of every session that your leader is involved in? The chief of staff should be facilitating those, making sure people show up properly, and deep diving a couple times a year to make sure that the rhythm of business is the right one. Almost all chiefs of staff are also going to own your executives' major events. When are they throwing all hands? What's the purpose of the all hands? What's the agenda? Who's speaking? And how is it being executed? The chief of staff should be the project manager across all major events like that, including executive team offsites and onsites. Chiefs of staff across the board should also be ensuring their leader is prepared for everything they walk into. So whether they're the ones writing a brief or making sure there's a process to ensure your leader's prepared, a chief of staff is making sure that everything is handled and the leader can just walk on in. Chiefs of staff are also going to fill gaps across the business. So maybe it's implementing a new tech platform or managing return to office, because who else is going to own that? Chiefs of staff are going to step in and lead projects that have nowhere else to land. Finally, what matters most is that chiefs of staff are able to zoom out and understand the problems in the business or the priorities and what that chief of staff personally is best suited to solve. Here's an example. If you have heard that culture is a concern, if you've been listening and learning and realized that that's a priority, maybe as a chief of staff, you implement a survey that's going out to your employee group, collecting some important information that you can share with the executive team, and then recommend solutions. Solutions could be putting a newsletter together that goes out every month. A chief of staff could decide to kick off coffee chats for your executive and a group of frontline employees to help morale and help them learn and understand the executives better. It's really endless, the amount of projects a chief of staff can own, but those are some examples: events, project management, preparing your leader, and filling gaps across the business. Follow for more and let me know in the comments what you do as a chief of staff.